previous video, we talked about fun Halloween movies or movies I like to watch for the spooky season. Let's talk about TV shows. So, two I don't own physically because they are only on they're Netflix exclusives, and I don't have, and they're not available on physical media. So, if you have a physical copy or if you have Netflix, I totally recommend these two shows, and they're actually, let's hit pause for a second. We'll talk about this because this one is on Netflix and I do own a legit physical copy of this. Let's start off with The Haunting of Hill House. This is hold on, what's his name? I know it's what is, oh, Michael Flanagan. So that's his name. I knew it was Flanagan. I could not for the life of me think of his first name. But holy crap, watching this movie in the dark, it just blew my mind. It is so creepy and such a fun, not fun, it's just creepy. You need to pay attention to the background. It's like when you watch it, you need to like just pay attention to the background. If you've not seen this, I won't give away anything other than pay attention to what's going on in the back. I only seen the like original cut. This is the extended director's cut, and I want to watch it and pay more attention to the background. So this is a definite rewatch. So we have this, like, holy cow. This guy's writing and storytelling is just amazing. So speaking of that, we're gonna go back to what I was just talking about. So same guy, different shows. They have the same actors in the next two shows that he's done. We have The Haunting of Bly Manor. Great haunting, story set in the 80s, I believe. So is this one. This one was set in the 90s, I'm pretty sure. Time jumps. Like this one time jumps. It's like when they're kids, when they're adults, kids and adults, to make it make sense as to why as adults they go back to this house. To make it all make sense, okay? Bly Manor, great storytelling. It's like hauntingly beautiful, if that makes sense. These two series, The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor, to me are hauntingly beautiful. Like it's just it just really like makes you feel like, what the hell, you're not there's little to no jump scares in each of these TV shows. The storytelling is just, like I said, hauntingly beautiful. And he also did a series on Netflix called Midnight Hour, and I love my vampire stories and movies. Like they're in my top three categories: vampires, witches, ghosts. Why I love these. So why I highly recommend Midnight Hour is because it is a vampire story told in such a way that you would have never ever guessed, that it's about vampirism and I would say Catholicism, like usually one defeats the other, good versus evil, all that sort of, type of that archetype or whatever you want to call it. They go hand in hand, and they make this like really poetic story about death, I guess you could say. It's really hard to describe, but it is such a great story and great series. Like I want to go back and rewatch. And just to throw it in there, if you want to put on Wednesday, that's a great show. It's all over, it's all over everywhere basically. And that is going to lead me into this. I mean, the original Addams Family. If you don't, I think this is like $20 now at Walmart, I believe. Like I said, Addams Family is one of my favorites, of course. I could not find it, or I would have shown it off in this. If you don't want to watch the black and white movies, I would watch the 70s animated show. You have that. It's somewhere over there. I just could not find it. We have the Addams Family, black and white, great fun. Keeping with that, in that same situation, we have the Munsters. I've had this box set for so long. It's technically a gift from my now husband, then boyfriend, this is one of the first things he's ever bought me, or he just like, when we first started dating, he'd always give me a gift of something or of some sort, whether it was, this was one of them. So this was one of the gifts he bought me, and I've had it ever since. Like, I've had this for about 17 years, I would say. It was like a year into our relationship when he bought me this box set, because he knew me. So I've had this box set for like 17 years. It's been a long time. We've been together 18. And now, if you just want something wholesome and wholehearted to give you those, that fall feeling, because believe it was last year or the year before, I was not feeling like horror scary, and I just wanted something wholesome to watch. So I put this on Netflix, and you can watch this, I guess, on Netflix, but I would prefer to watch, the physical copy, and it is the complete series of The Good Witch. The fall scenes, the Halloween scenes in like this series just make me want to eat caramel apples like all the time and go trick-or-treating and hand out candy, just because it just gives you that cozy feeling of, it being fall. But if you want that wholesome, The Good Witch, it's just wholesome and fun, and I personally enjoy it. I don't have to like everything dark and macabre. This is really good. But if you want dark and macabre, this series, I wish it would have continued. Penny Dreadful, starring, it has Eva Green, who I think is who's actually one of my favorite actresses now, or currently, and it has that one dude, what is his name, actor's name? I can't think of it. He's in H2O, Halloween H2O. But anyway, it has Dr. Frankenstein and his monster, Dorian Gray, I believe she's just a witch, and Dracula. Basically, that's why it's called Penny Dreadful. It has all these monsters, and that's why they're called Penny Dreadfuls, and just this whole series. I don't remember the final season, but when I first started watching this on Showtime, I really enjoyed it, and I really, really liked it. Because the guy, Josh Hartnett, there you go, I figured it out. Josh Hartnett is a werewolf, and him and Eva Green, I can't think of her dang name in the series, but they, have like this forbidden romance, and it's like, do they ever get back together? Do they come back together? So I don't remember the final season, but I really, if you want, like I said, if you want dark and macabre and just a great storytelling, and a little bit of romance and love, Penny Dreadful, with all the monsters in it. That's why it's called Penny Dreadful. If you want fun, you want horror, of course, you got Tales from the Crypt. This is my babysitter every Saturday night. Mine and my sister's babysitter every Saturday night. That, I swear, like right now, what time is it? I don't know what time it is, but I just know it's Saturday night. This came on Channel 2, which was Fox, at 11 o'clock, and we would put this on. I would put it on mute, and I would just let the whole introduction to this play, because I was so scared of it, but none of the stories scared me, but just that freaking introduction where the Crypt Keeper pops up and he's like, Tales from the Crypt. I was hiding underneath. I was like this with the blanket, because that scared me, and I had it on mute, so it was always like, as soon as the camera pans down that staircase and you get to the coffin and he's about to pop up, this was me and my sisters waiting for that part to pop up. We were like, and then it would be a game to see who was brave enough to see if that part was over, to see when the story would come on. But that's the part that scared us, that whole introduction. It wasn't the stories at all that were creepy. It was that. Yeah, that was our Saturday night babysitter, not sitters. Tales from the Crypt. Like I said, if you want this, if this is what your jam is, and you feel like, not that this isn't my jam, obviously it is if I own it. But if this is, something you're more looking for, I would totally, do this. I believe that the individual seasons are more sought after than this box set. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, Tales from the Crypt. And then something a little bit more that's, more current, sort of. This is Scream Queens. So this is super campy and fun, and it is from the same people that gave you, excuse me, shoot, is it on the back of this one? The same people that did American Horror Story. Same guys. I can't think. Anyway, this was on Channel 2, Fox. It's where I live is Channel 2. Fox, same channel that, Scare was my babysitter when I was little, that showed this. Scream Queens. It's just super campy, and they're trying to figure out who the killer is on campus, and they eventually do. And it has a lot of the same actors that you see in the American Horror Story franchise, Emma Roberts, and it has the original Scream Queen herself, Jamie Lee Curtis. But yeah, this series, not movie, campy. It's fun. They're trying to figure out who the killer, the Red Devil killer is, and I won't give it away, but it leads into season 2. I don't own season 2, but it's on Hulu. This is on Hulu. It's actually really hard to find physically. I don't know how I got it. But staying with that, we are going to do from the we got American Horror Story, the original one. Let's see who I need to know. Crud. I forgot who wrote these, and it's, like, the names are like at the tip of my tongue. Sorry, if you know, then you know, and I don't have to tell you. You just leave it in a comment. Anyway, American Horror Story. It's just called American Horror Story the first season, but everybody calls it Murder House. We got, what was the second season? It took me a while to like the second season, but we have American Horror Story Asylum. If you want to watch this one, I did not like it the first time I watched it, but I watched it all the way through. It has the same actors, but each season is different. They don't connect to each other, with the exception of there's another scene that connects to this. We got Coven, American. This probably is my favorite one because it's witches. But this is my favorite one, American Horror Story Coven. And then we skip to that was season 3. Season 4 is Freak Show. This one was cool. I liked this one. I enjoyed it. And then we go to season 5, which is Hotel. And then actually, I believe one of the witches from season 3 stays in the hotel. So that's how this one connects to this one, and that's literally it. I won't give away anything, but these are all the ones I like. And I did not like Roanoke, so we skipped that one. I did not get past the first 2 episodes. I'm like, this is crap. I can't do this season. We have American Horror Story Apocalypse, which connects to both Coven and Murder House. So those connect. I forgot how they connect, but they do a little bit. So sometimes the stories do interconnect, but you don't need to watch all the seasons in order for it to make sense. But if you want that whole vibe, of like horror, these are the best ones. After Apocalypse, to me personally, I think this show just went. Then there was the whole vampire half season one they did about a year ago. That was good. That was really it. Like, the storytelling has just like gone down the tubes. But other than that, those are my recommendations if you want to, you know, like I said, not everything has to be Freddy Krueger or Michael Myers related for Halloween. You can just pop in a TV series if you wanted to do that, or be, you know, have the Crypt Keeper keep you company late at night like you did when I was a child, or littler, I should say. But anyway, those are TV shows and series I recommend for the season. If you want to, you know, something spooky to watch. But anyway, good night.